These people talk about compassion like it's some sort of costume that they just put on for the camera, while the people actually dealing with the aftermath don't get to take it off. That's pretty much the energy today, y'all. We're about to watch real numbers, real streets, and real decisions that don't need press conferences to matter. Just look at this.
You ain't going anywhere, Poppy. Stop resisting, sir. I'll take most of these.
Okay, so this comes with ICE arrests 1,328 illegal immigrants across Virginia and Maryland in a sweeping 14-day enforcement operation in the D.C. region, while federal sources describe as one of the agency's most successful operations to date. Nearly 400 of those arrests have criminal convictions or pending charges, according to ICE. The operation also nets alleged members of MS-13, Trendeagua, and the 18th Street Gang. Among those taken in custody is a Salvadorian national arrested in Richmond, whose authorities say is wanted on a murder warrant. Wow. 14 days. Look at that pace. 1,328 people. You got Virginia and Maryland, nearly 400 of them already had criminal records or some sort of open charges, rape, kidnapping, robbery. So this wasn't some random sweep. This was definitely targeted work, in areas that spend years pretending the problem was somebody else's. And somehow, the same voices that call this extreme still, for whatever reason, can't explain why the people who live next to it keep asking for more of it.
Ever, arresting more than 1,300 illegal immigrants across Virginia and Maryland in just 2 weeks. Many of them dangerous criminals. Our correspondent Alexandria Huff has the latest on all this for us. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Sandra. These actions were carried out quietly from the 1st to the 14th of this month, so a brief amount of time there. And it's being called not only one of the largest, but the most successful operation in agency history. Titled Operation Safe Community, it focused on the D.C. suburbs of Virginia and Maryland, 2 states that don't necessarily always admit to having sanctuary policies, but certainly have them in practice. The video that you're seeing has been obtained exclusively by Fox News, showing individuals running from officers and resisting arrest. Over 1,300 individuals in this country illegally, as you mentioned, were arrested as part of this operation. And according to what sources told our Bill Mallusian, 400 of those now in custody had criminal convictions or pending criminal charges for crimes including murder, attempted murder, rape, and kidnapping. Now, among those arrested, you have Ignar Wilfred Hueso Moran, a criminal illegal alien from El Salvador who has a warrant for murder out of Richmond, Virginia. Also, Actionel Pierre, a Haitian national with a criminal history, according to DHS, of attempted murder and 2 counts of assault. And Estela Reyes Funes, who originated from Honduras, with convictions that include felony hit and run and arrests for making a threat to bomb, burn, or assault a family member, according to DHS. Now, those are just several examples. All will remain in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. Sandra.
All right, Alex Huff on that for us. Alex, thank you. John.
All right, Sandra, I know you've been waiting for this. Still ahead, Sophie Cunningham's coach weighs in
Now the name starts showing up, right? One from El Salvador with a murder warrant out of Richmond. A Haitian national with attempted murder and assault on his record. A Honduran, right, with a felony hit and run and threats to bomb a family member. These aren't as abstract statistics either, by the way. These are specific people who already prove what they were willing to do. Yet somehow the loudest criticism still goes towards the agents removing them instead of the system that keeps letting them stay. Now, Eric Dahl, how you say, somebody teach me how to say this man's last name. Anywho, I'll just say Eric. He wrote, "Wow. In a huge victory, the U.S. Ninth Circuit has blocked activist judges from stonewalling ICE raids based on past harms. This throws a wrench into leftist attorneys and judges' plans to try and block deportations. Keep deporting, boys," is what he wrote. Let me get y'all on this screen. Bring me up like that. You know, I think this one, it matters more than people realize, right? The Ninth Circuit just told a lower court they can't keep blocking ICE operations based only on things that happened in the past. You know, past harm alone is not enough to, freeze future enforcement. You know, that's not complicated. That's pretty basic, you know. For years, certain judges treated every past mistake like a permanent veto, on the entire agency. The appeals court, finally said that logic just doesn't hold. You know, when the people writing the rules refuse to live under the consequences, the rules stop meaning anything.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. What's your name? What's your name? Back off. Back off. Go back. What's your name? Go back. Back up. Back up. Yeah, that is one. I got it. Keep going. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. 1203 Relax, okay? Stay away or else I'm going to continue to custody. For what? For interference. I'm not interfering. You are. No, I'm not. Stay right there. Okay. Or go over there. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? No les diga nada. No firme nada. ¿Cómo se llama? Por favor. Para que podamos contactarte. No les diga nada, no les diga nada. You are too. You're a bigger piece of shit. Hey, fucking socks, man. More than razor socks, man. Socks. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get a little more funky up here on the right. Take off your fucking hat, you piece of shit. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a Nazi too, you fucking socks fan. Get the fuck out of here. You're a Nazi too. You're a fucking Nazi. You're all fucking Nazis. Pieces of shit. White nationalist piece of shit. That's one of them.
So this is Danbury, Connecticut. Agents making arrests in broad daylight. A group of self-appointed responders get too close, ignore orders to back up, and start throwing the Nazi word out there, like it's a free pass. One of them got pushed back. Pepper spray was ready. If it kept escalating, I'll say that. I know that. Just watch how fast the moral high ground disappears when the people doing the actual work refuse to play along with the theater. Now, calling someone the Nazi while they're removing people with criminal records doesn't necessarily make you righteous. It just makes the recording more useful later.
That's not good. Crazy scene here, day 2 of the operation. We're over here picking up one illegal, driving this van, and then this ends up happening. This driver slammed on his brakes. This guy hits him, but then this guy just happens to be illegal too. The density of the population of illegals in America, most Americans just can't comprehend it. I mean, literally, we're picking up this guy. This guy's an illegal driving, gets rear-ended by this guy who's just on his way to work. Crazy. Moral of the story is, don't come into America illegally. Don't drive without a license or insurance. You only have yourself to blame. If you're in this country illegally, don't blame ICE, blame yourself.
I'm just, man, that gotta be the worst way to get caught. Like, I mean, the absolute worst, right? This is Florida Turnpike. Officers already in the middle of stopping a van full of people with no licenses and no insurance. And another vehicle just plows into the scene, literally. Turns out that the driver, my boy, was illegal too. So that's two problems colliding in real time. This is what happens when the rule book gets treated like a suggestion for years. The chaos doesn't stay theoretical at all. It starts to show up on the highway while people are trying to get to work.
It's a big task, and the good thing is our officers are ready for it. What's going on here, this is going on at many other airports throughout the country.
So this comes with the caption. Breaking, the Trump administration is set to immediately revoke 200,000 tourism and business visas, forcing them to go back to their home country. The vast majority of these visa holders are fake asylum seekers. This is the largest visa revocation, in history. Let's effing go. I'm just saying, 200,000 tourism and business visas. Most of them people who entered on short-term stays and then filed asylum claims. The administration is preparing to revoke them and send them home. Largest single action of any kind. This is the part that actually changes the incentive structure. If the door stays open after the visas expire, more people will keep walking through it. Close that loophole, and the math starts to finally start making sense again. So, of course, man, as always, what we watched was not random. It's definitely what happens when the people in charge start performing and start actually measuring the results. Some would still call it harsh. They always do. But notice who has to live with the consequences and, with the soft they having to realize that the soft approaches are failing, and who only has to write about it afterwards. I want you to just think about those. You know, competence has a different sound than commentary. One produces numbers, the other produces hashtags. You know, if this kind of clarity is ringing your feed, I'm just saying it's not by accident. So if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to drop the word measured in the comments if you definitely felt the difference. Isaiah 1:17. Learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.